You're watching KNBC 9 News.
Good morning. Thanks for waking up with us. First news, 8:31 on your Tuesday. I'm Cody Holyoke.
And I'm Rachel Santschi. We're here with Katie Horner, all repping our blue today.
Yeah,
Hey, why not?
It was not planned, at least not on my part. I came in, I'm like, oh, we're all in blue, but it's for the Royals, right?
Yes.
We're here to...
Baseball season, even though you would like football season to kind of take over, and it has started, baseball season's still very much here.
Yeah,
and
So
they
we'll
play
celebrate.
again tonight.
And we have
so
perfect weather for it.
yeah. This is ideal baseball weather. Ideal anything you want to do outside weather unless you're an allergies sufferer, and I'll explain that in a moment. Right now we have air temperatures that are in the upper 50s, low 60s, for example. St. Joseph 59, Warrensburg 57, but in Kansas City we're up to 63 degrees. Here's your hour-by-hour forecast today. Our highest temperature will be around 81 degrees in Kansas City. If you're heading to the Royals game this evening, our temperatures will be falling through the 70s during the game, a light southerly breeze. If you're an allergy sufferer, though, ragweed is very high, and it's expected to stay that way all week. Johnny?
Hey, Katie, we're taking a look at another stalled car, and that's been about it. We haven't had any accidents at all reported this morning. How about that? Boy, don't want to jinx it. We've got a little ways to go, but we've done well. This looks like it's going to be westbound 435, not where it was reported. It was supposed to be right at 435 and I-35. This looks like it's closer to Quivira. Regardless of where it is, it's not causing any kind of a problem, and you can see traffic's getting by here with no delay whatsoever. Johnny Rollins, News Chopper 9. Cody, Rachel, back to you in the studio.
Johnny, thanks. 8:33, we remember 9/11 and the fact that it is now 17 years since those attacks. It's hard to fathom that it's been that long.
It feels just like yesterday, of course. We all know the story as terrorists hijacked planes, crashed them into the World Trade Center, the Pentagon, and a field near Shanksville, Pennsylvania, killing nearly 3,000 people. KBC 9's Matt Evans is live this morning in Smithville, where there's a new memorial being unveiled.
Yes, this is a solemn ceremony that is dedicating a piece of the World Trade Center a little bit later on this morning here in Smithville, in downtown Smithville. Right now, Dwayne Knott, who is a past commander of the American Legion in Smithville, giving some remarks to about 100 people gathered here in downtown to remember all of those lost 17 years ago on this day, on September 11th. Of course, this is an artifact that was part of the World Trade Center 17 years ago that has been transported to Smithville in the last few years or so. And the reason that they wanted to do this is really for education, to let people know about, let future about what happened that day 17 years ago. So that's very, very important, and very, very important for people here in Smithville that they never forget what happened on September 11th. We'll have, of course, some more information on this throughout our later newscasts as well on our KNBC 9 Facebook page. Reporting live, Matt Evans, KNBC 9 News.
A special ceremony is being held in Overland Park today as well at the 9/11 Memorial on Hemlock Street. This is a live look at that memorial. A wreath was just placed there to honor those who died. Organizers ringing the bell at a memorial as well at each time of the attack. This year, 2 light beams will also be used as spotlights to symbolize the Twin Towers. They'll be turned on tonight.
And in Olathe, fallen firefighters will be honored with a special display. This will be at the Administration Building on South Hamilton Circle. Take a look. This is a picture, a collage of all of the firefighters who lost their lives in the attack. There's also that piece of steel that you see in the case from the World Trade Center. 343 firefighters died on 9/11.
8:35 right now, and Hurricane Florence carrying winds of up to 140 miles per hour, and it's barreling towards the East Coast. The Category 4 storm is expected to strengthen today. Now, this is the view that hurricane hunters with NOAA saw as they flew through the eye of the storm yesterday. And Katie, we've been talking about Hurricane Florence and the effects that we could see from this.
Yeah, it is really something that they're taking very seriously along the East Coast, and I'm so pleased to hear that they're evacuating everybody, even turning the highways so that everybody can use all the lanes to get offshore. Let me show you our weather first, and then if we have time, we'll go back and talk about the tropical storms and hurricanes out there. Our weather is in the mid-60s right now. We're heading to highs today in the low to middle 80s with a southerly breeze at 10 to 15 miles an hour. I've taken you out into the Pacific. This is Tropical Storm Olivia 330 miles east of the Hawaiian Islands, moving west at 10 miles an hour with 65-mile-an-hour winds. Tropical storm warnings are already up for the Hawaiian Islands, expecting Olivia to arrive. Disturbance down in the Gulf of Mexico, Western Caribbean that they're keeping their eye on. And Hurricane Florence continues to barrel towards the east coast, moving at 15 miles an hour, expected to strengthen back up to a Category 4, if not Category 5 storm. Johnny?
All right, Katie, not good news there. All right, 2, we'll take a look from the Northland, southbound I-35, the run down to the Bond Bridge. As we take a look at your first alert traffic, something going on here just before Armour, and it looks like we have the left lane blocked. We do not have an accident reported here, but if I'm seeing this right, that could be a piece of fire equipment there, which would indicate maybe paramedics on the scene for an injury accident. So we'll try and sort through this one, get some more details on it for you, but suffice it to say, I-35 that should be opening up now down towards the Bond Bridge after the I-29 merge is anything but that, and we're going to tack on an extra 5 minutes, maybe 10 to this run already. Johnny Rollins, News Chopper 9. Cody, back to you in the studio.
Johnny, thank you. It is 8:37 Central, 9:37 Eastern. 17 years ago to the minute, hijackers crashed a plane into the Pentagon outside Washington, D.C. You can see the memorial service going on right now. 125 people lost their lives at the Pentagon that day.
8:37 right now. We're turning to a traffic alert this morning near Odessa, Missouri. Crews have closed both lanes of eastbound I-70 at Route M Bridge. They're doing some pavement repair work right there. So that bridge will be closed and drivers will be diverted off onto the ramps instead and then back onto the highway. Work is set to end at 6 o'clock tonight.
We have new information on a controversial video making rounds on social media showing KCPD officers breaking up a fight in Westport. Now, the department says it looked into what the officers did. They found nothing wrong. But look at the video for yourself. This shows a police officer attempting what KCPD calls a downward wrist strike to try to separate two women. One woman, at about the same time the officer's hand comes down, she falls to the ground. KCPD says that the officer didn't, in fact, make any contact with the woman, and people are blocking the view. City's police union president says that the officers did everything right to try to get the situation under control.
You can see clearly on the video, had that officer been in any other way, angry or anything else, he would have continued with what he did, but he didn't.
KCPD says that the women involved did not receive medical attention after that fight.
Arrests are down in Douglas County, Kansas, but the jail is at maximum capacity, and sheriff's deputies say that the problem is not going away. The jail has transferred more than 50 inmates because there's just no more room. Authorities say while arrests have dropped, the offenses for which people are being arrested are more serious. The problem is also leading to longer days for the department's workers.
You know, as an administrator, you want to do the best for your employees as you possibly can. So I'd say it's very frustrating.
The jail has 13 men in custody for murder or attempted murder, with only 14 maximum security cells for men. The department is looking into setting up temporary buildings and will give a recommendation to the county in early October. Officials say Douglas County still has one of the lowest incarceration rates in the state. 8:39 right now. You've probably seen them all around town. Those birds through the streets of Kansas City.
Yeah, the scooters, not the actual birds. There are plenty of those too. But starting today, a competitor to Bird Scooter Company gives you another option to get around. KMBC 9's Martin Augustine is live this morning with a closer look. Martin.
Well, we'll show you what we've seen for several weeks now in Kansas City, the Bird scooters here. And these are these electric scooters where you can pay a small fee to get on them, drive them where you need to go, and just leave them on the sidewalk so that the next person can come along and get to where they need to go. Well, now Bird has some competition here in Kansas City right here with the Lime scooters. Different company, same idea here. You pay $1 here on these to get them unlocked, as they say, and then it costs 15 cents a mile to go where you need to go. A little more competition, a little more opportunity. Some of the issues with Bird scooters hardly seem like there are enough of them for all the people that wanted to use them. Lime scooters will take care of that just a little bit. Now, the Kansas City Area Transportation Authority, the folks who run the buses here in town, very excited about having this second group of scooters coming to town here. Why is that? Well, the buses can get you so far to where you need to go, and with a proliferation of these scooters, well, these scooters can take you the last mile or two to get you right specifically to where you want to go. Just another option for public transportation that they believe serves Kansas City very, very well. Reporting live here in Kansas City. Martin Augustine, KMBC 9 News.
All right, Martin, thank you. Federal appeals court judges have ruled to allow Missouri to enforce some abortion restrictions that were blocked last year. Those laws require doctors who perform abortions to be affiliated with hospitals, and that clinics must meet hospital-like standards for outpatient surgery. Planned Parenthood, reacting to this, says that this could end abortions at a clinic in Columbia, and that could also affect access for patients in Kansas City, Joplin, and Springfield.
Turning to your Commitment 2018 coverage, a local Democratic candidate for Congress is explaining her controversial remarks about the Border Patrol and immigration policy. In an exclusive interview with KMBC 9's Michael Mahoney, Democrat Sharice Davids responded to Republicans using a clip of her saying that she supports abolishing the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency. Davids claims that the GOP is twisting her words.
I would say that I could have been more articulate. I'm being as clear as I can now that I don't support abolishing ICE.
David says ICE should be stopping human trafficking and drug smuggling at the border. She also included stopping undocumented immigrants as part of the ICE duties at the border as well. We're now 55 days away from the midterm elections. We'll have your Commitment 2018 coverage leading up to it, plus full results, of course, and reaction after you cast your vote. That's all on KMBC, online, our app, our Facebook page, and KMBC.com as well. Katie?
Well, beautiful weather in Kansas City. That's great, but we've got 5 tropical systems in play right now. We'll go over all of them after the break.